ready. Taco hit it in less than 5. There we go. We are started. The usual A-main freight train going on here. Let's see what we got. A little bit of mix-up down there, but everybody's doing pretty clean. It's JP, Dan, and Paul pulling out a slight gap as they come into the rhythm section. JP's guys it out. Dan's on his tail, slight gap back to Paul. Who's that third? Or fourth. That's Jeff Schweitzer, fourth. Here we go now. Leader coming back into the back of the rhythm section. JP's got a bit of a lead on Dan. Paul is fairly close there, and Jeff's a little bit behind Paul. That's not a gap. Going around now to the end of the first reel lap, JP's pulling out quite a lead. That's a 25-6 for JP Richards. Dan Griffin with a 27-7, Paul with a 27-1. They've got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a 9-minute race. JP is pulling it out. Paul and Dan are racing for second place. Looks like Jeff is falling back a little short. He puts it on his lid there. Number of guys to get by, including Brandon Marsh. JP crosses the line again. That's a 25-6, ladies and gentlemen. 25-6 for JP. Then Dan, or Paul, has crashed. Dan's got a good lead in second. Paul's still in third. Brandon Marsh with the low catching him up there. Paul had a bad lap. Brandon Marsh with 27-8. That's the way it happened. Looks like Luke is through the rhythm section. Dan is just now starting it. Luke's got a heck of a lead, or JP has a heck of a lead there with a 26-7. Dan Griffin coming around. Paul pulling up Brandon Marsh just a little bit. Dan Griffin with a 28. Paul Sinclair with a 27-3. Brandon Marsh with a 29 flat. The gap between JP and Dan is about 6 seconds. JP can almost put it on cruise control here at the 2-minute mark in this race. But there's a long way to go. I would not be cruising if I was taking tricks. Not with these guys running. There's Griffin across the line. Paul really tight on that corner. Down the straightaway, over the speed jump. Let me find JP. There's Griffin. Where's JP? All right, JP's in that traffic there. The blue and yellow car, left right cap. That's the leader behind you, please. Leader behind you, guys. Let him through, please. JP's last lap, another 25-6.
Marshall.
He's the class of the field right now. 26-5 for Dan Griffin, 27-3 for Paul, 26-5 for Brandon Marsh. The gap between Dan and Paul is 5 seconds, and Paul's got a 1 second lead over Brandon. And they're across the line again. JP with a 25-4, Dan a 26, or on lap 7. JP with a 25-4, Dan with a 27-6, Paul with a 26-8. Gap between Paul and Dan is 3.5 seconds. Gap between JP and Dan is 3 light years. There's JP across. We're still waiting for Dan. That's how far the lead is now. There he goes. That's Dan. 25-7 to 27-7. JP picks up another 2 seconds. Absolutely dialed with that associated car. Here he comes around already again. My. 25-9 that time. We have 4 minutes down, 5 minutes left to go. Okay, you guys, it's a regular race left to go. Brandon Marsh has taken over third place. Paul Sinclair's right on his tail. Brandon Marsh there with 27.5. Paul with an October 28. That's what happened. Paul probably rolled it somewhere. Let's keep a look on those two guys now because they are nose to tail 34. And just as I say that, Marsh landed on his lid after the little back jump section. Here comes Paul through the rhythm section beautifully. Paul is catching up to Dan Griffin now. Paul turns to the 26.8, Griffin a 27.7. The gap between Dan and Paul is 3 seconds. And Brandon Marsh is 2 seconds further behind. JP with a 27.3 is cruising. That's lap 11 for JP. We've got 4 minutes and 50 seconds down. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. got associated that he just got a little while ago. Griffin with a 27.5. Paul crossing the line in hot pursuit with a 27.9. That's not too hot. And behind him is Brandon Marsh in the low seat with a 29.9. Paul's got a 4-second lead on Brandon. Dan's got a 2.5-second lead on Paul. And Jake is in another galaxy. We understand it's the taco galaxy. That's different than the Milky Way. JP with a 32. Griffin catching that 27.4 helped him out. Paul in first with a 28.1. Brandon still hasn't finished that. There he is. He just finished that lap. Brandon Marsh with a 31.3. Paul with a 39. Paul. Gap between JP and Dan Griffin is 16 seconds. Looks like Griffin has extended his lead over Paul a little bit. Griffin solidly in second now. Paul solidly in third, especially with Marshall putting it on his curve. Brandon Marsh putting it on his lid and breaking it in the rhythm section. So JP's 26.6 picks up a half a second over Griffin's 27.1, who picks up 4/10 of a second over Paul's 27.5. It's JP with a lead of 12 seconds over Griffin, who has a lead of 5 seconds over Paul. And we are settling down here in the A main. We're right in the middle of the main, 6 minutes and 30 seconds down, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. This is the electric buggy, modified buggy racing. A lot can happen in 2 minutes. A lot can happen in 2 minutes here. Griffin across the line around the sweeper. Here comes Paul across the line around the sweeper. 25.6 for JP, 27 flat for Dan, 27.3 for Paul. Rod Schumann has moved into 4th place, and he is a whole lot behind Paul. JP is so far up front that I don't see him on the track. There goes Dan, and here comes Paul. That's the only race that really counts on this track. Dan is making it up on Paul. JP has been a relatively bad lap. A bad lap for the leader, 28.4. He spins it out in the sweeper right after the start-finish line, and that allows Griffin to start catching back up. There's Paul crossing the line, a long way behind Griffin. All right, 8 minutes down.
1 minute to go.
There we go, 1 minute to go. 3rd place Paul screws it up in the back section, but way up the front rod.
Like we have a coffee.
Where the heck? There we go. There's our leader crossing the line now. That's JP Richards with another 27.6. We've got 35 seconds left to go. There's Dan. Dan is, wow, quite a bit behind. Looks like Richards is almost a lap ahead. And there's 3rd place Paul with a 26.4. Paul.
Oh, he's running that 10 bucks.
I don't know.
3 seconds to go.
Race is over.
All right, the race is over. Across the line, you are done. Dan Griffin, you are done with a 26.8 on the last lap. 20 laps in 0.15. Paul, you're done with a 26.6 on the last lap. He's got 20 laps in 0.8. JP Richards, 21 laps in 14. You are